Who is vulnerable when the crisis strikes? Is vulnerability a static category, or is it safe to say that in each disaster, in different areas, different people may fall into a vulnerable situation? In BuildERS, we prove that the second, intersectional and dynamic definition is true. If you are a practitioner, how can you prepare and define all the affected individuals in various scenarios? Our vulnerability assessment tool is here to help you map those persons who may need external support during crises and to use this information to improve the preparedness planning, boost individuals' coping capacities, and better target emergency relief as well as the medical and social care services. The vulnerability assessment tool enables a scenario-based crisis situation specific analysis of these vulnerability factors. Rather than focusing on certain groups as vulnerable, we propose a more holistic and nuanced consideration of different manifestations of vulnerability along the dimensions of, first, individual capacities and needs, skills, and attitudes. Then, societal support networks, meaning the accessibility and functionality of ties with family, community, or authorities. Third, critical services and means, availability and accessibility. Last but not least, the functionality of public support structures, medical, social, rescue services, and information. The key unit of analysis in the tool is people affected by particular vulnerability factors. Therefore, each row in the tool depicts one factor of vulnerability and who might be burdened with this vulnerability factor. First, taking a particular scenario or the crisis situation at hand as a point of departure. Second, specifying which individuals are burdened with specific factors. Third, determining the vulnerability factors that intersect in unique ways. Fourth, evaluating the dynamics in vulnerability factors in derivations of the initial scenario, like in a cold season that may pose extra threat. Fifth, connecting the factors of vulnerability with the indicators of vulnerability in specific databases. In 5 stages of the assessment, we can strategically approach preparedness planning and thus allow more time for thorough predictions of the situation-specific manifestations of vulnerability factors. Vulnerability factors intersect and create a complex net, but our tool enables practitioners to narrow the cycle of individuals that are most burdened and need the most urgent attention. By laying open the different sources of information on vulnerability, the transparency of the decision-making can be improved, next to cross-usage of various state databases that depict vulnerability factors. By engaging the diverse and potentially most affected members of society, the tool can be used to increase the fairness of vulnerability assessment and crisis planning. Visit BuildERS website to find out more.